The bold and the beautiful spoilers reveal that a haunting tragedy is about to unfold, revolving around Brooke, Ridge, and the unforeseen consequences of their failed relationship. The story is not only about the breakup of love, but also a grim warning about the dangers of making decisions in the heat of the moment. Brooke, one of the central characters of The Bold and the Beautiful, is going through the worst period of her life. Ridge Forrester's failure to trust her with the company and his decision not to give up control has pushed her into a state of despair. Ridge believes that Brooke, who has betrayed him in the past, is not worthy of his trust. This breakup is not only about work but also marks the end of their tumultuous relationship. In anger and frustration, Ridge makes the uncompromising decision to completely cut ties with Brooke and move forward with marriage with Taylor. This is a huge shock to Brooke, who has always hoped for a chance to mend. Ridge's choice of Taylor, a woman Brooke considered her longtime rival, was like a knife to her heart. In desperation, Brooke began to spiral into self-destruction. To ease her pain, Brooke turned to alcohol, her usual companion when she faced difficulties in life. But this time, alcohol was not enough to ease the deep sadness she was suffering. In a moment of weakness and lack of control, Brooke turned to something even more dangerous: drugs. This was a dangerous move, but in her grief she could no longer think clearly. The first time Brooke used drugs, she did not foresee the effects. Her body could not handle the power of the stimulant, and as a result, she went into drug overdose. In her delirium and pain, Brooke could not call for help. By the time her daughter Hope discovered it, it was too late. Brooke could not overcome the drug overdose and died right in front of Hope. Brooke's death was a terrible shock to Hope. She not only lost her mother, but also had to face the truth that Brooke had chosen the path of self-destruction because of too much pain. In extreme pain, Hope began to search for the person responsible for this tragedy. In her eyes, Ridge was the indirect cause of Brooke's death. Hope believed that if Ridge had not abandoned Brooke, not rejected her cruelly, and not forced her to face the pain of being replaced by Taylor, Brooke would not have fallen into such a desperate state that she turned to drugs. Anger and pain gradually turned into hatred. What will Hope do to get revenge on Ridge? Is she willing to destroy Ridge's life to make him pay for what happened? For Ridge, Brooke's death will certainly become a great psychological burden. Although he did not directly cause her death, the fact that he left and rejected her at her weakest moment could haunt him for the rest of his life. Ridge will face the wrath of Hope, his family, and even himself. Will he realize his mistakes and try to make amends, or will he be caught in a spiral of guilt and judgment? Taylor, who was chosen by Ridge to replace Brooke, will now also face a new set of challenges. Hope's hatred may not only be directed at Ridge, but also spread to Taylor, who Hope may see as part of the reason her mother suffered. What will happen to Ridge and Taylor's relationship when the ghosts of the past still haunt them? Brooke's death is not only a sad event, but also opens up a new chain of contradictions and conflicts. Will Hope take revenge on Ridge? Will Ridge overcome his guilt? And most of all, will Brooke's death become a wake-up call for the other characters to realize the fragility of life and the true value of love and forgiveness? After the tragic death of her mother, Hope is no longer the gentle and affectionate girl that everyone knew. The pain of losing her mother has turned her into a hateful person. In Hope's eyes, Ridge and Taylor are the reason Brooke fell into despair, leading to her mother's painful death. This makes Hope unable to sit still. She decides that Ridge and Taylor must pay for what they have done. Hope does not stop at the usual accusations or family conflicts. This time she decides to use extreme actions. In her heart, Hope feels that only by eliminating Ridge, Taylor, and the entire Forrester family can she ease the pain and hatred in her heart. Hope has secretly devised a bold and dangerous plan, teaming up with Carter, who has his own motives for joining the plan. Carter, who has big ambitions for Forrester Creations, sees an opportunity to take control of the company if the Forrester family is gone. His motive is not only to help Hope, but also his own personal gain, a combination that makes this plan even more dangerous. Hope and Carter sneak into the Forrester mansion at night, carrying a deadly poison. Their goal is to poison the Forrester family's drinking water, ensuring that no one in the family can survive. Hope, in a rage, is ready to carry out this evil plan despite the serious consequences that may occur. However, things do not go as planned. While Hope and Carter are carrying out their plan, Eric discovers their suspicious actions through the security camera system. Eric immediately called the police, not wanting to wait to confront the intruders directly. When the police arrived on the scene, Hope and Carter were caught red-handed while poisoning the family's drinking water. Both were escorted out of the Forrester mansion, facing serious charges. Their vicious revenge plan had failed, but the consequences were immeasurable. Hope now had to face the law, but more than that, she would have to face the disappointment and hurt of those who once loved her. Hope's extreme actions not only pushed her away from her family, but also ruined her image in the eyes of everyone. Will Hope realize her mistakes and find a way to make amends, or will she continue to sink deeper into the abyss of hatred and suffering? For Carter, the partnership with Hope has cost him everything. His ambition to take over Forrester Creations is now just a distant dream, and he is paid with his career and honor. Carter may have joined the plan for personal gain, but now he is left with only dire consequences. For the Forrester family, this event is a wake-up call. They realize that family conflicts and hatred are not only painful, but can also lead to more serious consequences. Eric, Ridge, Taylor, and the rest of the family will have to face the truth that their actions and decisions indirectly led to this tragedy. Can Hope come back from the abyss of hatred? What will Carter do to atone for his mistakes? And what will the Forrester family do to heal the internal rift and protect the company from similar threats in the future? The next developments of The Bold and the beautiful promise to bring many dramatic details and unexpected twists, making the audience unable to take their eyes off the screen. The battle between love, hate, and forgiveness continues, bringing the characters closer to fateful decisions.
Oh.